Canelo Berlanga, yeah, Canelo's going to win. And you know when you see a stat and it's like something a little bit ridiculous and you go, well, that's going to get beaten. This stat about Canelo's last knockout being 3 years ago against Caleb Plant, that's getting broken on Saturday. I think he'll knock Berlanga out, and then that's that done. That feels to me there's one of those weird things where it's like when a footballer you see, oh, they're on a goal drought of 100 days. Oh, then they score on Saturday. There's something like that. I think Canelo is he'll beat him. I think he'll knock him out. Interestingly, this is only for 2 belts.
Yeah.
Canelo's actually been stripped now of the WBA and the IBF.
But it makes sense though, because he don't defend them. He's not defending.
It was always going to happen. It was always going to happen.
So it was going to happen sooner or later.
In fairness, holding on to 4 belts is pretty much impossible because all 4 of those sanctioning bodies, they're going to come to you and say, defend your title against this person, and they're going to want you to do it at the same month that you defend it against so it's not possible. By the way, this undercard has a shout for being card of the year. It's not really spoken about for card of the year.
Run through the card, man.
Right, Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia. What a fight! Caleb Plant returns against Trevor McCumbee.
Hey,
That's
Caleb
a really good fight.
Plant is the last of a dying breed. I'm going to put that one out there now.
I love Caleb Plant.
Pause.
No pause. I love him. I do love him. No, I love him. No pausing. Play. I love him. I love the guy. Stephen Fulton's returning against Carlos Castro. That should be a good fight. And Rolly Romero against Manuel James or James. Not actually sure how to pronounce his name, but really good fight. Oh, and Romain Villa as well, who's a good fighter. And then you got some really good are they really good? Some good little fights with some sort of up and comers on the undercard.
That's the lotion, man. Look at these little. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the lotion, Bailey. I'm getting messages, but they're choosing to do it on WhatsApp to me instead of messaging in the comments. The face is shiny. New lotion, man. Don't watch that. No, but I want to go back to a comment. Usyk, #1 in the world right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Unpopular opinion. Find that very hard to agree with.
You find that very hard to agree with?
Yeah. And I mean that in the sense of when you look at the guy, okay, for example, yeah, for me, I think Canelo's more active than him. Yeah?
Yeah.
I can see why people are saying it because he's the undisputed heavyweight champion, yeah?
Yeah.
But he don't fight as much as Canelo. For me, yeah, you know this undisputed #1 pound for pound thing is bullshit. I'm just gonna say it now.
Yeah, no, it's massively bullshit. It's great to talk about.
It's good for conversation. But for example, yeah, like you look at Inouye, you look at Canelo, they've both fought more than Terence Crawford. They should be above Terence Crawford by default, just because they're more active.
Ooh. No.
Let's talk about activity. For me, it's activity.
Yeah, but you got to look at the performances they're putting in.
All right, for example,
Crawford's last 2 fights.
Errol Spence is still in top 10 pound for pound. How?
Okay, well, I don't agree with that, but I'm saying at the time they fought, he was. It's not Crawford's fault that Errol Spence is weight drained. And Crawford made him look shit.
No. Yeah. We know. Terence put him. Terence done something to him. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Diddied him up. Proper in the ring. Diddied him up.
And the Madrimov win will get better over time because Madrimov will end up being, I think, a pretty dominant champion. Like, if you look at those last 2 fights, whereas if you look at Canelo's last fight, yes, he's fought more, but he fought Jaime Munguia, who, 43-0, so brilliant, got some really good wins, but like nobody thought Munguia was going to win.
But these guys that he's fighting are all sort of like, now I'll give something to Canelo. It isn't the fights that everyone wants to see. Yeah, I get it. But these guys he's fighting are not. He's not cherry picking 7th and 8th contenders. They are 1 and 2s. Like they are.
But can we say that when when Benavidez was in the division? Can we say that he's not cherry picking a little bit?
But then Benavidez was always going to move up to light heavyweight.
Yeah, but Benavidez would have fought Canelo before moving.
But what
that
I'm
was
saying
always
do you know what? When I look at it in hindsight now, yeah, the biggest issue with that Canelo fight was Benavidez' weight, and I think they weren't offering Canelo enough money to fight him because of Benavidez' size. Because it's
of
like an
course.
additional, what is it? An additional 20 pounds or something.
Yeah, I mean Benavidez is like 6'3", 6'4".
He's a heavy guy. He's a big guy,
Yeah,
Benavidez.
he's a massive guy. Massive.
And the thing is, of course I would want to see that fight, but there was a lot of politics behind it that people think that shouldn't be important, but it is important. Does that make sense? Like, it was not as straightforward as making the fight happen.
No.
How much did they offer him for that fight, Canelo? Was it?
Well, there's different sort of reports for it, but I know he wanted 150 million.